officials tonight. Bruce Hood is the referee, working in his 108th career playoff game, more than any referee in NHL history. And the linesmen, John D'Amico and Bob Hodges. The goaltenders tonight, they'll be under pressure. Dan Bouchard for the Quebec Nordiques, and you see his goals against average for the Canadiens. The story probably of the Habs this year, Steve Penny, he has a 1.49 goals against average in 8 games in the 84 playoffs. The last goaltender to post a lower average in 1 year was Jacques Pont, now his coach. And this game, number 6, an important game is underway. The starting lineups, quickly, unless they're going to make changes. Jacques Lemaire has out there Hamel, Robinson, Nyland, Naslund, and Mondeau. And Bergeron for the Nordiques starts with Peter Stastny, Savard, and Cote, Marois, and Lapointe. So, Mickey, this is a big one. Face-off near the center ice red line. Cleared ahead, Chabot and Lafleur. As you see now, Lemaire has made quick changes. McPhee is the other winger. The Canadiens go in looking for the first goal. In back of the net. Pile up of players, and a fight started right off the bat. Will Payma, and I think it's McPhee being thrown to the ice.
Down behind that net immediately. Boy, not 30 seconds into the hockey game, and the boys are at it early, but this is the kind of thing we talked about with Quebec, that they'd come out possibly shoving, or tried to shove the Canadiens around. They really haven't done it in this series, but it's obvious tonight that that's what they're after. They want to go home for Game 7, and this is one way they can help make it happen.
Mickey, I was about to say that somebody was saying before the game down in the press room, look for a real rough, tough one tonight.
Well, Will Paymont's the kind of guy that can provide that kind of work for you. Number 27 in blue right there. And McPhee, he likes to go himself. A couple of big guys, but Will Paymont certainly on that forward line can push his weight around with anybody out there.
So the penalties, Payment and McPhee at 23 seconds. Major penalties. So coming out, the Quebec Nordiques up the center ice and shooting it in. Here comes Slager. He didn't know he had a chance. The puck was poked right into Penny. Marois couldn't keep it in. The Canadiens shoot it out and down. Carbonneau is out there, number 21. Tremblay on one side, and here's Jamie on the other way. And Carbonneau is in with a shot. Blocked up the defense by Lapointe. On the boards, they get a whistle.
Well, there's Guy Carbonneau, Mickey, who was the Molson Cup winner here in Montreal this year and has continued his good work, especially during the playoffs in this series on Peter Stastny.
Well, we talked about shots being blocked before the hockey game. Dick, there's a guy that's blocked an awful lot of them. Has done a good job on Peter Stastny. And just every time you turn around, he's throwing his body in front of a shot from the Quebec defense. Carbonneau with 7 shorthanded goals during the season. He's done a fabulous job killing penalties as well.
The Stastnys are out there now, all 3 of them up front for the Nordiques. Mondeau, Nyland, and Naslund will try to hold them in check, but Marion is getting away. He'll go in with a shot. Penny blocked it. Rebound goes to the corner. Marion Stastny, bumped by Robinson. On the boards, Price trying to keep it in for the Nordiques. A long shot by Moeller, didn't get very far. And Nyland, who blocked that drive, was bumped over there. Robinson will pass it up. Naslund is going in. Nyland trailing. Naslund checked inside the line, and the Nordiques, the 3 Stastnys come back. This is Peter Stastny. Got it in front, and Marion missed the pass. He took a shot. It comes right to the Canadiens. Mario Tremblay. He's in. Faked the shot. Tried to go around the defense. Price upended him. Nearing the 2-minute mark of the opening period in Game 6. The Canadiens want to wrap it up tonight. The Nordiques look to going back to Quebec City for a deciding game. We'll see what unfolds. The Canadiens scoring early in this series, or at least first against the Nordiques. Send it in again. Dore is out there now with Slager getting the pass. Checked right away. That's been the story of the Canadiens. Good checking. Like this. Hunter. Mark Hunter up across the line. Got away from a check. There goes Bobby Smith. Bumped by Goalie. Now the Nordiques. Hunter passes it back in front of the net. They have to hurry it out into the center ice area. Hamel lost it. Hunter. A pass to Slager now from Goalie to Hunter. Right in. Penny made a big save on Hunter. A big chance for the Nordiques. They're still in there. Hunter had it deflected high, so Steve Penny has come up big again here in the first 2 minutes of the hockey game. Big save by Penny. More penalties.
Goalie and Bobby Smith have been penalized here at the 2:48 mark, just after Steve Penny came up with a big stop on Dale Hunter. Slashing on Smith, holding on Goalie.
L'élection à Québec numéro 16 de Michel Goulet. 2 minutes pour l'avoir retenu. Au Canadien numéro 15 de Bobby Smith. 2 minutes pour l'avoir cinglé à 2 minutes 48 secondes.
2:38 the time.
Number 16 of Michel Goulet.
And the face-off now to the left of Bouchard. In back of the net it goes. Lapointe starting out for the Nordiques. Up to the line at center, and there it's cleared in by Lapointe. Out of the net, Penny. Penny couldn't get rid of it. It went into the corner. He wanted to move it to a Canadian player, but Naslund was covered. It came right through the crease. Lapointe shot, a high one. Wide of the net. Marois just stopped it in time at the blue line. Savard centered it into the side of the net. Robinson tied up his man. Savard again. Threw it through the crease. Nordiques have some pressure on now. Ahead, Naslund gets it out to Mondu. Lapointe is back, and he deflected the shot over the glass.
Bob, there was just a moment ago as we look at Daniel Bouchard. You said Mark Hunter has the puck and he avoids a check. You know who was throwing the check at him was his brother Dale. And it was a check from Dale that gave Mark his knee injury 2 seasons ago that's haunted him ever since.
We haven't seen them together all that much in the 6 games where they've been opposite each other. There's Dale on the bench, 32.
You would agree with the coach when he said that he has been a disappointment so far, not playing the way we are used to seeing him play?
Yes, I would agree with him, but he's got some company. He's not alone.
Clint Pilarchuk, the backup goaltender again tonight for the Nordiques.
Canadians haven't had a shot on the net yet. The Nordiques, mind you, have only had 2, but one was a big save by Steve Penny. There is no score. 3.5 minutes gone in the opening period. Ludwig is out there with Green. This is Green ahead to Gainey. Gainey coming to center ice. Gainey trying to go in over the line. Lost the puck, and Peter Stastny takes over in his own zone. Stastny lost it. Bouchard had to be alert as Stastny was taking his time. There's Stastny again. He'll be more careful this time. He dropped it out to Moeller. Moeller coming up. Going to the line, he stalls a bit as Carbonneau was checking on Peter Stastny. There's a penalty coming up. Peter Stastny was knocked down by Carbonneau, I think. And Bruce Hood, the referee, now calls the play.
4 minutes and 18 seconds, the time of a tripping penalty called on the Canadians' Craig Ludwig. And we'll see here, Mick, how he dumps Peter Stastny.
I think rather an excuse me penalty where Stastny may have stepped on Ludwig's stick. Nordiques have not scored a power play goal in the last 20 advantages against Montreal. They're 1 for 22 in the series.
And you know, there were 3 power plays that they had against the Canadians where they didn't even get a shot on the net. The Nordiques now, Sauvé on the power play. Robinson reaching out. He knocked it away. Robinson has a chance. Going in. Went for the far side. Good shot, but the glove saved by Bouchard. Nordiques unorganized. Peter Stastny couldn't reach the pass. Canadians doing a good job so far. Now Goulet. And Bobby Smith are on. He's in. Goulet is. Goulet back of the net, centered it. Comes near the line. Tipped ahead. They keep it in. A shot. Knocked down. Rebound. Penny is down. And the young goaltender gets a big ovation again as he hangs on.
And Bobby also looked behind him again, but it wasn't in the net.
Well, the main thing is he stopped the first shot, and that's what he's been doing so darn well. Get that first one and let my buddies worry about the rebound. He just sprawled, fell down, laid down. and hoped it was underneath them. Nordiques now with 5 skaters to 4, with Ludwig in the box. Smith and Goalie back on. And there was a rebound shot there, and Penny made the save with that left pad.
Played 5 minutes and 1 second of the opening period. And as yet, no score. The Nordiques, Anton Stastny with Sauvé, Goulet, and Peter Stastny.
Oh, what do we got? A
Got a
measurement?
stick,
Got
I
a
believe.
measurement. John Hamel. Bruce Hood has taken John Hamel's stick to the penalty box. They will bring out the measuring stick. And if that stick is over a half an inch, Hamel will be penalized. And if he isn't, I don't think Quebec gets penalized anymore. They used to have a call that they get penalized, but it's just a fine, I believe now, is it not? Look up the rule book. This is a very interesting measurement, I'll tell you.
Well, you see what they've called it now with 1 minute and 17 seconds left.
In the penalty to Ludwig. So it would be a 5-on-3 if that stick is over the limit, the half-inch limit.
Now, I think if in fact it's okay, Quebec will get a delay of game penalty. Because now the referee has made his decision apparently, and it's a penalty.
It is. They're going to impound the stick. Holy mackerel, this is quite a situation now.
You talk about going for the first goal.
Quebec.
Rather opportune time for Bergeron to pull this one.
If indeed that's the case, Bob, it'll be a 5-on-3 Quebec, as you mentioned, 1 minute 17 left. But Ludwig's penalty, as we get Dick looking at our trusty rule book if we can find it. But
well, that's it. Basically, it's a 2-minute penalty.
Yep.
And I'll tell you an interesting thing here. Jean Hamel played the last couple of seasons prior to this one in Quebec City.
Right.
So there may be some local knowledge.
Local knowledge, yeah.
That has been brought to bear by the Nordiques in this one.
That's an interesting call, I'll tell you. If indeed they were thinking of this before the hockey game started, they've certainly wanted to put their cards on the table early, didn't they?
There's not much doubt they were thinking of it because it's happened so early. 5:01 here in the first period.
Canadiens penalty, number 28, Jean Hamel, 2 minutes for having played with an illegal stick at 5 minutes, 1 second.
So the 3 Musketeers for the Canadiens, you saw McPhee still sitting out his major. Hamel, who has just got in for the stick penalty, and Ludwig, who has 1 minute 17 seconds left in his tripping call, and the Nordiques are at full strength.
Peter Stastny in on the draw. Goulet to his left, Anton to his right. Marois back at the line with Sauvé. Marois to Sauvé. They want to spring somebody loose for a good drive on the net. Sauvé took the shot, he scored! Peter Stastny, standing off the crease, was set up perfectly.
Perfectly timed, Mick. Nice play.
Well, Montreal was doing a good job, but they couldn't keep everybody out. Once the Nordiques decided to flood the zone in front of Penny, it was all over. And Sauvé did make a sharp play as he spotted Peter Stastny. See, the other guys are on the right side of the net. Now Robinson out in front has to cover Goulet, and there's Stastny in behind everybody, and he just tilted his stick on an angle. Penny went down, and he got it up into that top corner. And how many times have we seen early in this series where Quebec has failed to get the puck up that high, and Penny's made the save?
So there is Peter Stastny, who has snapped the Canadian streak of scoring first in all of their playoff games this year. And it's 1-0 Nordiques.
And Hamel has 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining in his penalty. So the Canadiens send the Nordiques back. At scoring play, Sauvé and Anton Stastny assisting. Peter Stastny, the power play goal at 5:12. And Peter is going in again. Had it knocked away by Carbonneau. Marois on the center ice area. Quebec leading now 1-0. Shot into the zone. This will be icing as Robinson is in there in a hurry. Icing called against the Quebec Nordiques.
We have just had a bulletin about the Hamel situation. It was not the curvature of the stick, Mick. It was the width of the blade. And had it been legal, which it was not, of course, but had it been legal, the Nordiques would have been penalized for delay of game. So you've got to be pretty sure. Mind you, with a minute 17 to go in the penalty, it would have been 5 aside.
Right.
So we have a minute 13 left in the ML penalty, and chalk went up to Michel Bergeron and the Nordiques as they took a chance, strategy-wise, early in the game, and it's paid off.
They're nearing the 6-minute mark of the first period, 1:13. Left of the power play for the Quebec Nordiques. Carbonneau will try to get the draw and shouldn't do it this time. Price coming out. Price, he has Sliger going through the middle. Decides to rag it himself. Hooked it in over the line, and the Canadians simply hammered on the boards and down the ice again. Bouchard covering as Chabot goes in there. He didn't know he had the puck right on his skate. Now it's knocked loose to the corner, and Sauvé hustles in. Played it on the other side. It'll go back to him. Sauvé behind the net with 44 seconds left in the power play. And the Nordiques naturally would love to go up 2-0. Shot in offside. Hunter was in ahead of the play.
I don't know, Dick, that I have ever seen that call made in a game where it's on the height of a player's stick. Now, a goaltender's stick, yes, I've seen it called, but not on a skater's stick. It's normally 99% of the time it's on the curvature of that blade, but boy, that is an interesting call, and I'm sure you're right. It is local knowledge at Ramel. Because a defenseman, why not? Try to cheat if you can, but he got caught.
I was going to say, that's really local knowledge when you get to the width routine.
Yep, it sure is.
36 seconds left in this penalty of the Canadians. Hamel is in the box. The Nordiques lead 1-0. Ludwig hammers it down the ice again. Now coming back is Marois, Sauvé, Goulet, Peter Stastny, and Anton Stastny. Coming out, the Nordiques led by Goulet. Goulet coming in to Anton Stastny with Marois to his left. Anton Stastny fires it. It's up high. Robinson. Hooked a high one down the ice, and Sauvé turning. 3 seconds left in the penalty. Robinson nearly got caught by Goulet. Now the Canadians are at full strength, and here they come. Going in, Naslund, Carbonneau hammered the shot right up to defenseman Dore. Into the corner. It's kicked loose by Nyland. Back to the line, Ludwig. Shot, knocked down, Naslund. He couldn't find it. Carbonneau is upended. Got it back near Robinson. Robinson bumped his man. And Ludwig coming back for the Canadians. Turning. Starting away. The pass through the middle. And the Canadians on the move. Led by Chelios. He fired it in. Both teams making quick changes now. The Canadians can't keep it in. Here they come. Peter Stastny going in with Cote. Stastny took a shot. Deflected by Green. Naslund went after his man, but the Nordiques keep it in. A quick shot is blocked. Dore gets set. Let her go. Penny knocks it down, and he hangs on to it. Bob Cole, Dick Irvin, and Mickey Redmond in the broadcast booth at the Forum in Montreal, where it's 1-0 the Nordiques in this crucial game for Quebec. Guy Lafleur on the ice. Lost a chance to move it out. The Nordiques leading 1-0. Put the heat on again. Up along the boards. Sauvé tried to center it. McPhee got it ahead to Walter. Walter coming to center. Into Lafleur, and he's offside.
For those of you keeping score at home, read the Jean Hamel situation. The rule reads as follows. The blade of the stick shall not be more than 3 inches in width at any point, nor less than 2 inches. And one other point for Hamel, not only does he get the 2-minute penalty, he also draws a $200 fine.
And guess what? He's not using a John Hamel model stick out there right now. So obviously the rest of his sticks are the same, but he'll probably go to work on them at the intermission and use the rasp on them and cut down a little bit on that height.
Hamel and Green are the 2 defensemen for Montreal. McPhee keeping the puck in. Wesley into the other corner. Dore is behind the net. Over in the other corner waiting for him. Got the pass and starts up on the right side. Guy Lafleur got a piece of it. Canadians. Chabot stopped near center. Slager hands it back. Nearing the 9-minute mark of the first period. 1-0. The goal by Peter Stastny at 5:12 on a Quebec power play. Hamel lost control of it. Now the pass to Lafleur. Luffler to McPhee. McPhee backhands it in. Coming in behind the net. The Nordiques Fuller. The Canadians making changes. Payma to center. Got it high over Robinson. Chelios is back there. He was hit hard. But the Canadians get it out of the zone. Play spun around. Canadians Bobby Smith coming in. Bobby Smith. Oh! Came close. Kept in. And in front of the net, the Nordiques covering up, and Payma's away to center. He's in with a long shot. Robinson deflected that and behind the net. There goes Hunter after it. They bump together in the corner. Mark Hunter for the Canadians. Starting up with Smith. Stop. Firewall. And a penalty coming up.
Wally Weir, who has just joined the Nordiques today after playing with Fredericton. They were eliminated 2 nights ago from the American League playoffs. He's a tough guy. He's a disturber, an enforcer. He gets a charging penalty. His first time on the ice, Mickey.
And it was Dale Hunter checking Mark to begin with. And in comes Wally Weir. That's not the kind of roughness that Michel Bergeron wants. He wants tough play, but not penalties like that.
Naslund, Walter, and Nyland up front for the Canadians with Big Robinson and Chelios on the defense. Canadians now with an opportunity to tie it in this first period.
Bobby Smith had a pretty good chance. Second shot given to the Canadians. I didn't think the shot got through.
It hit, I think it hit the Quebec defenseman, did it? In front.
Right.
It was Mark Hunter tied up with Marois. Looked like it hit Marois on the right knee. We talked about the Nordique power play against Montreal. Montreal is only 3 for 20 or 15% against Quebec.
Bobby Smith in on the draw against Dale Hunter, who is thrown out. And Smith goes with him. Savard comes in against Naslund. Big face-off to the left of Bouchard. Bob Hodges, the linesman, drops it in, but the pass went through the 2 defensemen at the line. Chelios going back. Robinson will handle back there too in case he needs some help. Now Chelios, who appears more confident in every game, gets a pass to center, but that one, a lead pass to Naslund, a little too far, and it was offside.
Well, you're quite right, Bob. Chris Chelios getting more confidence, but why shouldn't he? Being thrown into a situation like this and given a regular turn right from the first time he joined the team out of the U.S. Olympic squad. And certainly here in this pressure cooker of the Stanley Cup playoffs, he's continued to play on a regular basis.
You know what I think he's doing so well, Dick, is he's handling the puck very well, just like a veteran hockey player. A lot of confidence, head up, skating well, and making some great plays.
That is Price back there for the Nordiques. Savard at the board, bumped by Robinson. He has been throwing his weight around in this series. Larry Robinson. Chelios to Robinson. Difficulty controlling it. Now he took a light bump from Savard. Canadian Shabbat going back with Robinson taking over back of the net. Robinson now looks ahead to Walter. Walter had to drop it. Canadians shoot it in. Here comes Shabbat to Shutt. Shutt trying to get it back to Robinson, and it's cleared down the ice. 50 seconds left in the penalty. To Wally Weir. 8:55 left to play in the opening period. The Nordiques, facing elimination with a loss tonight, are ahead 1-0 on the Peter Stastny power play goal at 5:12. Chelios, 30 seconds left on the power play. Canadians rush up the ice. Chelios coming in. Chelios across the line, played it back nicely. Shutt missed the pass from Hamel. Shutt went after it. He has it. Got it back to Hamel again. Hamel, the shot. Shutt tried to deflect it and just missed it. Mondu grabbed it with 10 seconds left on the power play. To Naslund. But it's stick handling to get him in. Naslund trying to get it back. Hamel waits, gets it. Let's shoot it. There it is. Rebound. And another penalty coming up with the goalpost. The Nordiques shoot it down the ice, and another penalty coming up just as Weir stepped back on.
Quebec's penalty, number 25, Blake Wesley, 2 minutes for holding at 11 minutes, 58 seconds.
Well, there you have the announcement of the penalty. Mondu knocked down by Blake Wesley. And on that exchange, Mick, it looked like the Canadians hit the post.
They did.
Another power play now. for the Canadiens. Chabot bagged on it. Scooped away. That'll be called back. It was a glove pass.
Looked like the on that replay, if we'd have carried further a little bit more, Naslund got the loose puck. I think everybody gave up, even Bouchard, and Naslund took a little backhand and knocked it off the goalpost. Everybody in the building, let's have another look at it now. Well, this is the glove pass ahead here by Pat Price and the play coming back. So it looked like Bouchard thought the whistle went, and yet Nordiques had not gotten possession.
Bobby Smith, Mark Hunter, and Guy Lafleur, Robinson, and Chabot, the power play unit for the Canadiens. Savard with Dale Hunter, Marois, Price, penalty killers for Quebec. 1-0, Quebec. Chabot, Canadiens on a power play. Chabot to Smith. Couldn't get a shot. Bobby Smith stopped behind the net. Mark Hunter coming in to give him a hand. They fall on him. They'll get another face-off in the Nordiques zone with a minute 34 left in the penalty.
There are a lot of critical times in playoff hockey games, but when you get basically 4 minutes worth of power play time, you've got to cash in. The Canadiens only 3 shots on goal and only 1 through the first 2 minutes and 26 seconds of this man advantage situation.
Oh, one reason is big Pat Price, 6'2", 200 pounds. He just took 2 Canadians down with him, Smith and Hunter, at the same time.
Canadiens, Nyland slipped it back. That goes down the ice. Chabot tried to hit Robinson, lost it. Oh, what a save by Penny. Wilt Payman nearly got in there for a short-handed goal. Now the Canadiens with a man advantage. Smith coming in. Smith to the corner. Backs it off the boards for Robinson. He was knocked to the ice by Dale Hunter, who then fell behind him. And they're on the puck, and the play is called.
Well, the coach might be seeing the Dale Hunter he's wanted to see in the series so far, the way he's played in this first period. Pretty good shot right there on Larry Robinson. They both went down, but Hunter leaned right into the big bird.
Well, you may have heard that opening, Dick. Said, well, look, right, I'll show you. Because he did get a pretty good piece of Larry Robinson, and there's quite a size difference in the two of them as well.
Well, he's a 23-year-old member of the Hunter brothers hockey-playing family, with 79 points this year, his best ever for the Nordiques.
5'9" is Dale Hunter, 6'3" Larry Robinson.
Walter now will try his luck to the face-off for the Canadiens. Got the draw, but they did not control it right away, and Marois shoots it on the boards down the ice. Penny will stop it with a minute left in the penalty to Wesley of Quebec. Robinson stopped again, and he falls to the ice. Now Robinson on his skates and moves it ahead to the line. The center is Naslund. Naslund coming in. Can't get a shot from that angle. Now he falls, and the Nordiques can't clear it. Chelios took a shot. That was blocked by Cote. Naslund trying to set up shut. There is Green getting ready for Chelios. Chelios looking around. The Nordiques set up the box. Chelios lost it. It's cleared out over the line. 25 seconds left, and the Canadiens don't look very sharp on this power play opportunity. And only 15 seconds left on this Wesley penalty now. The Nordiques, Hunter stealing, and McKechnie is in there, and he breaks the goal post. Hit the post on the outside with a low shot. McKechnie. Now Wesley stepping back on the ice as Guy Lafleur tries to get something going. Lafleur going in, spinning around with it. Lafleur on the boards. Good puck control. But McKechnie grabs it again, beats it ahead. 5:50 left to play in a period. Lafleur, you can see he's trying to get something going. The last time he was out, he got a few boos. Now they're making changes over there. Hamel in the center ice area, dropped it. Tremblay took the shot to Chard. An easy save, only his 4th of the first period so far. Now across the line with it, the Nordiques. They go back to bring it out. Bowler ahead. Nordiques are passing the puck much better tonight. Good, crisp passes. This one has just slipped into the Canadian zone. Robinson back. Canadians, 2 of them start up to center. Carbonneau is catching up. Shot right on. Gainey's hand on it. Carbonneau has it to the line. Hamel. Shot. Rebound. Oh! Carbonneau had the empty net, and he fanned on it and jumped over his stick. Peter Stastny going in. Centered it. Knocked to the ice. Hamel. Canadians have had some luck. Carbonneau looked as if he had the game tied, but fed on it. There he is again, trying it one more time. Mario Tremblay shot. Mario Tremblay. Oh, down goes Bouchard, and he hangs on. Great action around that Quebec goal, and Bouchard coming up big, but the Canadians coming close. As it is, it's 1-0 on the Peter Stastny power play goal at 5:12. But the Canadians on this last shift have come very, very close to tying it. Marois lost it, had to hurry it then for Goalie. He couldn't get it out. Naslund shot, grabbed by Bouchard. He looks pretty sharp.
He does. First giveaway by Quebec. We've seen that more than once in this series, and little Mats Naslund was the recipient on that one, although Bouchard had full view of the shot coming through from the point area. That big trapper on it. It's unbelievable. We spoke on the top, Bob, about home ice advantage. There really doesn't seem to be any. Montreal came out, took it to Quebec in Game 5 up at the Coliseum, and here the Nordiques come back like they're at home, and they're taking it to Montreal.
The two teams are at home no matter where. They're in Quebec, and they have a fair number of fans. The visiting team does, that is, in the other building. Yes, they do. And you can't escape hockey talk in this province these days. Montreal and Quebec, the battle of the province of Quebec with 4:23 to play in the opening period. The Nordiques jumping out to a lead tonight. Peter Stastny got the goal. Now the points. Forced back by Walter. Nordiques. Marois just dumped into center ice. Bobby Smith missed it. Hunter is offside. A close call. Offside, it's called.
Crowd hollering a moment ago. Dale Hunter had a hold of Mark Hunter's stick and wouldn't let go. In front of Daniel Bouchard, there's Michel Bergeron. Some words of wisdom to his boys behind the bench. There's Mark Hunter. Dick had mentioned Dale, a 23-year-old, Mark, 21 years old. His third season. Pro hockey, only played in 22 regular season games with Montreal with a knee problem.
Wesley forced back by Mark Hunter now. Doré chopped it out of the zone. Warner is spun around. Slager going in with Goalie. Weak shot, missed the net. Here comes Wesley. Trying to keep it in, he can't do it. Doré will wait for his teammates to come back outside the line. Then he beats it ahead. Chelios is there with Ludwig getting his pass. Ludwig, pass to center. And went by Walter down the ice. 3:35 left to play in the opening period. Bobby Smith went in there trying to steal it. He fell to the ice. And three Nordiques come out of the zone. A long lead pass to Goalie is in too far. He and Hamel go to the boards together. They try to hold it. Referee standing there allows the play to continue. And it's Sauvé coming up with it. Dumped it in front. And Chabot of the Canadiens watching Lafleur speeding down. It's in off the boards, but Bouchard also saw Lafleur and decides to hang on to that one.
Well, you can see what Montreal was trying to do there. Chabot trying to play the angle off the end boards, and he missed it by a couple of feet. It hit too far into the corner and ricocheted back to Bouchard, but if that one had a hit on the square part of the boards, it might have come back right about the red dot, where Lafleur could have teed it up. Mike McPhee's been a valuable addition to the Canadiens. Coming later in the season. Played last year with the Nova Scotia Voyageurs. He only played in 14 games for Montreal down the stretch.
3:07 remaining in this opening period. That is McKegney skating around. Decides he'll come to this side. Savard against Mondu. Naslund and Nyland up in the play for the Canadiens on the forward line. Hamel along with Green, the two defensemen. The Canadiens trying to get even with the Nordiques before the period is out. Less than 3 minutes to do it. And the Nordiques playing it very carefully inside their own line. Now Paiement coming in. Paiement was hit hard by Hamel and put on stride. 2:45 to play in the period. Moeller is back there. Moeller with Price. Price got a pass ahead. Nordiques. Now it's called.
It's like double stop coming up to both Nyland and Price. They went at it a moment ago, down across by the Montreal bench as Nyland dumped the puck in. You can see that there was something more going to come of those two. They want a piece of each other. They have a few words as they go to the bench. Simon Nollet with the headset on, with Michel Bergeron back at the bench. And the Nordiques are ready for tonight's game. Jacques Lemaire wondering where is the team that beat the Nordiques 2 nights ago 4-0. There's a look at the confrontation between Price and Nyland. They'll both get a couple of minutes.
So, with 2:37 to play, here's the announcement.
Au Canadien numéro 30, Chris Nyland. 2 minutes pour avoir donné du coup à 17 minutes 23 secondes.
17:23, the time of the penalties. Nyland elbowing, Price slashing. 2:25 to play in the period now. Peter Stastny is coming in. Stastny left it for Anton in the corner. And Guy Lafleur comes up with it. He's away with Shabbat. Shabbat going into Lafleur. Shot! Oh, what a save by Bouchard. A hard shot by Lafleur. Nordiques out to center comes Anton Stastny. A play in front of the net. Back there. Ludwig lost it to Peter Stastny. Then tried to make up for his mistake and went after the big fellow in the corner. Kept in by Marois. Marois shot. Rebound, Peter Stastny. Lafleur tied him up. Ludwig went after it. He's playing without a step. Dropped it. Lafleur's there. And of course, that is gloved ahead.
You know, I think he picked that puck up, Bob, and had it in his hand. And I don't think Bruce Hood realized that he had it picked up off the ice, and Bergeron is very upset. I'll tell you what, if we can get another look at that, Ludwig didn't realize himself what he'd done. He had picked the puck up and was hanging onto it well in time to get a 2-minute penalty for it. Look, he's got it up now off the ice. Look at that.
He closed his hand on the puck. That is a penalty, of course.
Oh, boy, I don't think Bruce Hood realized that he would have gotten the call there. And Bergeron, of course, the same angle that we were at, could see. Look at him smiling, talking to Hodges now like, can't you guys see what's going on out there? Oh. Minute 9 to go on the penalties to Nyland. Pat Price.
1-0, Quebec.
Boy, that's the big save by Bouchard a moment ago on Lafleur. It looked like he got that right pad on a bullet shot by number 10.
Good, hard shot by Lafleur, and a big save, like you say, Mickey, by Bouchard. There's a shot right in front of goal. A rolling puck, and Goulet back of the net. Goulet left it there for Hunter, who just came very close to opening up a 2-0 lead. Hunter got away from the hill, centered it, went after it, and it's knocked him behind the net a second time, and the Canadiens Mondu coming out, stops, pass to Hamel too far. Moeller now with 1:18 left in the period. Mondu turning with Ryan Walter, going in. Mondu faked the shot around Wesley, then planned on it. Walter went in behind the net. He is tied up. Moeller knocked it loose. Mondu going in to help for Canadians. And Wesley with a minute left in the period. Mondu again. Hamel now shooting. Rebound. And somehow the puck stays out. Moeller to center. Moeller for Quebec going in. Moeller good on this one. Center to McKechnie. McKechnie again. Trying to get it in front. Penny can't find it. Now he does. He hangs on to it.
Do you believe that action at the other end? How that stayed out, Bob, I don't know. John Hamel from about 25 feet, Ryan Walter standing right there. Bouchard with the pad, the rebound to Walter. Bouchard another save. Wesley breaks his stick over Ryan Walter, and somehow that puck squirted loose to the right side of Bouchard. Boy, things have heated up.
35 seconds to play in the period. It's 1-0. That somehow is standing up as the only scoring play. Quebec has had good chances other than that one. The goal by Peter Stastny, and the Canadiens had some great chances on Bouchard. Now Bob Gainey coming out with Carbonneau. Gainey on the move. Gainey was hit at the blue line, poked the puck in, and it's fired back out to center ice. Ote looking for his stick. He had lost it near center. Now the play goes into Peter Stastny. Robinson watching him, and Robinson knocked him down. 10 seconds left of the period. Tremblay, a shot that's wide. Here comes Gainey, 4 seconds left. Gainey will get a chance. A penalty coming up. And there's the siren to end the opening period, but on the siren, there's a slashing penalty call against Marois.
Well, Marois and Gainey came together down in the corner, Bob. This is not a good penalty for Marois to take. He got the elbow up to begin with on Bob Gainey, and there's that two-hander right over the glove. And, of course, right in front of Bruce Hood. He's not going to let that go, so the Canadians will have a big opportunity coming back in the second period with a man advantage.
Canadians outshot Quebec 11-8 in the first period. Of the score, Quebec 1, Montreal nothing. Stay with us for our first intermission. So the Canadians get a chance now at the start of the second period on the power play. Chelios and Robinson, Naslund, Walter, and Smith. The 5 people out there now for Montreal. Into the corner in the Quebec zone. Puck comes loose. Robinson moving in, but he couldn't stop it. Sauvé whipped it down the ice. Chelios coming back. Cote and Moeller, Hunter, and Price. 4 penalty killers, and there's Dale Hunter stopping that pass. Robinson slapped it ahead to Naslund. Robinson again. Nordiques forechecking. Chelios getting away, skating well on this rush. Chelios can't shoot it. Naslund couldn't get the pass. Now he's after it behind the net. Price stopped by Smith. Bobby Smith from the corner looking around. Bobby Smith back into the corner for Walter. Walter is stopped. Smith going in there. Bobby Smith waits, looking around, setting it up. Quebec in the box. It comes back to Chelios. Robinson. He's forced to the outside. So is Naslund. And the Nordiques doing a great job. It's cleared to the center ice area. Naslund hopping back in. Naslund got in front. Tried to give it to Walter. Robinson has it. Robinson driving for the net. Big Larry Robinson looking out front, stopping, losing it. It goes back in the net again. Bobby Smith knocked it down with his glove. Then he is tied up immediately with 25 seconds left in the penalty. To Marois. Chelios, that's set, can't shoot it, he's covered. Bobby Smith gives him another shot at it. That stopped Cote, clearing it down the ice.
Well, Quebec just doing a super job, Bob, of keeping Montreal on the outside.
5 seconds left in the power play. Mondu on the move. Shot! Stopped by Bouchard. Shuck had it hit him. It's knocked down. Shot! Right in! Right through the open crease. Out to the line and down the ice. Icing waved off. It'll go right at Penny anyway. Marois, his penalty served. Quebec escaping that power play rush by the Canadians and still hang on to that 1-0 lead. Here comes Steve Shutt. He's tied up by Doré. Shutt going in, causing some confusion. In behind the net is Shutt. Just barely missed his man in front of the net. Shabbat. LaFleur again with Shutt again. Shutt knocked down. Shutt has it once more. Good shift for Steve Shutt. But so far the Canadians unable to score. There is LaFleur trying to dig it loose. Wesley has it before him. Shutt bumped him. Payma dumped it ahead and McKechnie has it. McKechnie, the Nordiques trying to make changes. McKechnie coming in. McKechnie is stopped and Shabbat fired it on the boards and hit LaFleur. Here's a chance for LaPointe. He centered it. Here comes Goulet. A pass. Penny down. Great save by Penny. Shabbat lost it. What action now as we start this second period. Another shot. A high whistling drive off the glass. The Canadians pour it on and go the other way. They're stopped near center. That was Gainey who lost it. Now Anton Stastny, he waits. Played it in front. Penny scooped it into the corner. Peter Stastny is stopped. LaPointe shooting. That was deflected high. Nearing the 4-minute mark of this second period and a penalty coming up against the Nordiques. Canadians get the extra man on now with Penny at the bench, but the Nordiques come up with it, and here comes the penalty.
Michel Goulet holding the call at 3:52. Mickey, the Canadians better start catching into their power play chances because They've been wasting tonight.
Well, this is the third in a row. And certainly if they do not, it's going to hurt them down the stretch.
Canadians now with Smith, Naslund, McPhee, Robinson, and Chelios. Cote and Savard up front killing the penalty. Marois points the defenseman for Quebec. 1-0. Quebec leading as Bobby Smith brings it in. Smith cutting for the net. In back of the goal center. Did Bouchard saw that one come out? Intercepted the pass. Marois finds the opening. 1-on-1. Robinson is back. Savard coming in. Shooting. Picked away by Penny. He looked cool as he made that leg save. Robinson against Pimon. Chelios out to the line. Bobby Smith lugging it again, dropping it back. Robinson coming on. Robinson picking his way in there. Big Robinson, throw it back, but there was Dale Hunter anticipating that play. Minute left in the penalty. Smith is hit hard by Hunter at center ice. Naslund in, dropping it. Chelios, look out, he spun around. Fans call for maybe another penalty, but the Nordiques are hanging on, and they shoot it down the ice. 50 seconds left in the penalty. To Goalie, up Quebec. 1-0. Quebec leading. 6th game of the series. Canadians trying to tie it in this game. Then go on and eliminate the Nordiques, but Quebec is hanging up.
They lead 1-0 on the Stastny power play goal. The Canadians have had all kinds of power play chances and have not scored. 37 seconds left in the penalty to Goalie as we look at Mike McPhee on the Montreal bench. He was involved in that fight in the first few seconds, Mickey, of the game. And as Don Cherry said, maybe Will Paylock kind of came out and kind of set the tone for the Nordiques.
Well, they very easily could be ahead by more than one. The Canadians have had lots of chances, but not great chances.
Here's McKechnie again. Got it into Hunter. Hunter is stopped. McKechnie is not. He got it to Wesley. Shot by Wesley is deflected by Hunter and wide of the net, and Shutt played it back. Green in the corner. 20 seconds left on this power play for the Canadians. They have to move it quickly now, and Mondu is doing just that. The shot to Mondu. He failed to make contact in front, and the Nordiques shoot it down the ice. 5 seconds left of the penalty. Goalie ready to step on. And now the penalty is over. The Nordiques have killed another. Shutt coming in. Shutt going hard, dropped it back, and the Nordiques are back there. They give it away, though, and Ludwig back at his own line. He gave it away. So LaPointe goes in with Goalie, who has the pass. Goalie shooting. That's stopped on the short side by Steve Penny with a blocker save. Ludwig in back of the net, lost it. Cote, Savard. Savard centered it. It escaped through the crease. Naslund beats it behind the net. Shabbat pumped by Savard. Walters shooting it down the ice. And icing is waved off again. They're coming up to the 7-minute mark of the second period. Quebec leading 1-0. It was a power play goal in the first period by Peter Stastny at 5:12. Robinson, a soft pass that looked dangerous for a moment with Peter Stastny in. Here is Ryan Walter. Walter cutting to the corner against LaPointe. Back in front it comes. The Nordiques covering well in their own zone in this hockey game. Robinson has to hustle back. Anton Stastny is in there. Robinson picked it up. Fed it ahead. Carbonell the other way, high over the glass, and a Stanley Cup souvenir for one of the many fans here at the Forum. Bob Cole, Dick Irvin, and Mickey Redmond in the broadcast booth at the Forum in Montreal in Game 6 with the Canadians leading the series 3-2. Nordiques trying to get another game going for Easter Sunday in Quebec. Tremblay coming out. Carbonell stopped. Canadians pick it up again. Gainey turning around. No place to go but to the corner. Tremblay and Carbonell are in there. Carbonell to Tremblay. Missed him. The Nordiques having some trouble organizing the play out of the zone now. They just get rid of it. Tremblay shoots it back in. Quebec, Dore. Missed his man. This will be icing as Hamel goes back. 12 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the second period.
Both of you gentlemen are likely too young to remember this, but there was quite a hockey game, an historic hockey game played on Good Friday 30 years ago. Easter time, 1954, at the old Olympia in Detroit, Mick, your old stamping ground, when the Red Wings beat the Canadiens in overtime in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Tony Leswick scored the goal. It went into the net behind Jerry McNeil off the glove of Doug Harvey, ending a tremendous series. And for Danny Gallivan, that was his second season of broadcasting the Canadiens. We can report that Danny will return before the playoffs are over. Robert, you're doing a great job filling in. Keep it up.
And the Canadiens and the Nordiques are making it easy to work this kind of hockey. They're going all out. On the board. It comes loose. Mark Hunter could not make a play. Goulet starting up to center is Goulet. And it's Slager. He has to turn around. Slager lost it. He and Walter bumped together. Have a few words. The referee, Bruce Hood. Cautious eye that way as the play continued. Back into the Quebec zone. Here comes Bobby Smith. Looking at Price, and he bumped him in the corner. Nordiques trying to clear it out. It comes loose in front of the net, but Price was in position. On the boards with it. The pass to the left side, Goulet. Goulet's shot didn't get through. Chelios blocked it neatly. Chelios is hit by Slicker. Naslund starting away. Now starts to move it quickly. Nyland with him. Nyland coming in. Nyland! And the shot off the leg and missed the net. Naslund now. Naslund. Chelios. Shot. Hit the goal post. Hit the goal post. Chelios hit a man with it. What a scramble, and finally the play is called.
Look out. Marijuana Nyland with the sticks up. I don't know how that didn't go in, Bob. The puck was in the crease, and everybody thought it was in. It looked like it rolled against that far post, and then Lapointe in the crease grabbed it with his hand and threw it out.
Two key things, Mick, in that sequence. The shot that hit Marois, and then Lapointe with the hand seemingly on the puck for ever so short a time. Right here, watch it.
It was Nyland that took the shot, hit the post, and there's Lapointe loving it out of the crease.
Was he in the crease?
The puck was in the crease. He wasn't. Now what? There it is. Hit that post, hit the other post, and there's right there where he scooped it out. And again, Chelios had a second rap at it, and then Nyland came down on top of the Quebec defenseman and Bouchard, and they break that up in a fine round of applause here. Canadiens having problems scoring goals. The series taking some funny bounces.
Well, the line of Mandu, Naslund, and Nyland making things happen, but it's still 1-0 Nordiques.
So close to a penalty shot situation, and that scramble. You fall on it or put your hand on it in the crease, of course, a penalty shot. But no harm done. Puck high over the boards at the far side. Still 1-0. Quebec.
Now once again, there's that double goal post. Nyland hits the other post. He got knocked on his rear end. And there was Lapointe scooping it out. Nyland now having some words with his line mates, trying to figure out how are we going to beat Bouchard.
Ludwig now, a shot, didn't get through. Tremblay, a shot that did. Easy save for Bouchard. But the Canadiens, the stronger of the two teams at this point in the second period, and they're pressing for the tying goal. The Nordiques relieving the pressure. Anton Stastny. A pass to Peter to Marion. Marion shot, that hit the outside of the goal post on the low backhander. Peter, Anton, and Marion Stastny with Gainey holding it. Gainey got it loose. Peter Stastny stole it. Anton and Goalie picked up by Penny. Wesley kept it in. There goes Marion Stastny. Peter Stastny to Marion. Carbonneau checked him. Here's Anton Stastny. Anton lost control. Anton hooked it high on the glass. A little too high. And it's into the crowd. Peter Stastny, a power play goal at 5:12 of the first period, the only scoring play. Shots at this point 15-12 for Montreal. Robinson has to go back. Naslund is there. Mondu stopped at the line. Naslund there again. Backhands it down the ice. Price and Moeller are the two defensemen for Quebec. Savard is up front, losing it to Naslund. What a sweet play he made. Shot deflected high over the glass.
Isn't that something? Naslund like a magician out there. One of the smaller guys on the ice as well, only 5'7". And he put on a show there. Watch this little deke he puts on so far. That'll teach him to play the puck and not the body. And Unfortunately for Naslund, he wound up with that slap shot and got it deflected up in back of Bouchard. The two smallest guys in these hockey teams, Sauvé for Quebec and Naslund for Montreal, two of the most exciting players in this series.
Puck dropped in. Nordiques come out. Goulet to center. A little bit of room there, but he elected to pass it to the far side. Robinson against Slager. Walter hit hard by Dale Hunter over there. Goulet to Dale Hunter. Dale Hunter is bumped by Bobby Smith. Slager trying to dig it out for Hunter. Smith is there too. There's Hunter with the puck. Centered it. Hit the side of the net and bounced behind the goal again. And the Canadiens fighting for possession in their own zone. Get it out. Walter missed it. 9 minutes to play in the second period. 1-0 Quebec. This is a close one. And a lot riding on this one. The Canadiens could move on against the Islanders. The Nordiques want another shot at it Sunday night. Down to Anton Stastny. Coming in. Dropped it. Marion can't shoot it. Nobody over in front of Penny. Carbonneau to the line. 3 Nordiques are in the center ice area. Wesley one of them. So he shoots it ahead. Marion Stastny was stopped. Tremblay, he was bumped on the boards. Gainey from center. Back to Robinson. Robinson looking over this way for Tremblay. He fed it in. Carbonneau on the move. Carbonneau has it. Centered it through the crease. Here comes Bouchard out of the net. Knocked it in for Wesley. Marion Stastny. Look out! A rush for Peter. Coming in. Peter Stastny. He was stopped. Good play by Green. Robinson hustling back. Another shot into the crowd. That one goes. Face off deep in the Canadian zone. Nordiques 1. Canadiens nothing. Savard on the draw very quickly and back to the net. Savard trying to get it out. He did, but Nyland was there. To Naslund. Bondu tied up by Wilf Paymon. Nordiques. Puck hit Price. So Bowler had to go behind the net again. Coming out against Nyland to the line. McKechnie. McKechnie nearly handed that one to Naslund. Bowler will try it one more time. Price. Ahead it goes. Nordiques just pushing to center. Savard nearly got through, but Bondu got a piece of it trying to get away. Naslund missed it. Bowler fired it in for McKechnie, and coming out is Chelios. Chelios lost control. Naslund. Naslund up the line, kept it in. Bouchard comes out of the net. That is empty. Bouchard hurrying back in. Hunter was there, luckily for the Nordiques, to tie up his man before he could make a play. Bouchard leaving the net, turned his back on the play, and nearly got trapped. 7 minutes left in the second period. Here's McPhee through the middle. McPhee and Shabbat. McPhee's shot deflected away from the net. Goulet hustling back. Lafleur watching him moving. Goulet got it to center. That's all. Nordiques had to go back. Marois to LaPointe. Little shaky pass on his skate. Couldn't do much with it. 6.5 minutes remaining in this second period. 1-0 is the score. The Nordiques leading. There goes Lafleur. Just missed the pass. Again, Bouchard out of the net. It's hammered high on the glass. Down the ice. It'll be icing. Green going in. Goulet with him. And icing is called.
Here's what the crowd was upset about, Mickey.
Well, Goulet had a hold of it. Green was speeding his progress down the ice. Fortunately, Carbonneau go back to touch it before Goulet, and they were screaming here for a penalty call on Michel Goulet.
Carbonneau got the draw. Ludwig shot. Stopped by Bouchard. Rebound was there. Mario Tremblay was up into the play. Comes out though. Cote fired it in. Ludwig missed it. Carbonneau. Pagini didn't see it. Dore takes a look back. Steps to center. Bumped the high one in for Robinson. Cote goes in on him. Tremblay gets it to the line. Wesley's shot. Away wide of the net. Ludwig scooped it out on the boards. Nordiques dumped it back in. Two teams have got to be tiring now at this hectic pace in the second period. 5:40 remaining in the period. 1-0 Quebec. Cote bumped by Gainey. Out of the net. Steve Penny going the smart way with it. Up to Gainey, but look out. Peter Stastny into Marion. Marion knocked down and cannot reach it. just out of his reach. Two Canadians hit center. Tremblay is coming in. There's Carbonneau. His shot blocked by Lapointe. Canadians defensemen were blocking many shots in Quebec City. That has turned around here tonight. The Nordiques themselves are blocking a lot of shots. 5 minutes to play in the period. 1-0, Quebec. There goes Bobby Smith. Smith against Marois. Smith stopped by Marois, and the big defenseman takes it to the corner. Goulet, Chelios stopped him. Nordiques clear. Anton Stastny. Anton going in on Green. Shot. Green blocked it. Penny grabbed it. Dale Hunter went over there. And there are about 3 Canadians all over him,
including his brother. That's Mark. He left the scene very quickly where Dale was involved, and he grabbed Pat Price. Dale Hunter running into goaltender Steve Penny. It always causes some extracurricular activity when that sort of thing happens. And we are going to have penalties as Hunter makes his way to the penalty box. Here it is, Mickey.
I don't know that this was an intentional check by Hunter. He was thrown off stride, I think, right in front by Carbonneau. You see 21 coming through, and he did get a pretty good piece of Penny, but not as intentional as it might have been with Dale Hunter, so they'll both get a rest.
22nd.
You heard the announcement. 15-20. So then, 4.5 minutes left in the period as the Nordiques go back to pick it up. 1-0. Quebec leading it. Moeller and White, the two defensemen, get it ahead. Savard and McKechnie are coming in. Savard on Hamel, tried the backhand shot, and he knocked it down. Went after the rebound himself, but Bobby Smith was there to take it away. Hamel from the other side decides to go back again. Coming out, Naslund hopping to center. In over the line he goes. Naslund lost control of it. And Peter Stastny turning with 2 other Nordiques coming out with McKechnie and Lapointe. McKechnie to Lapointe. Lapointe shooting. That is blocked beautifully by Hamel. He got it ahead. Gainey, Carbonneau in front. Gainey. And his shot is blocked. Now the Nordiques, 3 of them, get going the other way. And it's Marois. Marois tried to go in. Here's Peter Stastny with McKechnie. And he watched them all the way and came out big. 3.5 minutes left in this period, and what action. 1-0 Quebec. Carbonneau dropped it. Gainey lost it. Robinson couldn't get a shot. Robinson again. Robinson behind the net. Robinson again. Another shot. Bouchard down to the line. Green still in there. Finally, Bouchard hangs on. Ever seen something like this?
That's great stuff. That really is.
Never seen anything like
no,
this.
No, sir, I haven't. Both coaches got to be pulling their hair out right now. They're 4 on 4 with Hunter and Chelios in the box, and they're going from end to end, pucks bouncing like basketballs around the cage. The goaltenders are scrambling, and both teams coming so close to scoring. Bouchard in the last play as Robinson made a fine play to come out in front, and Bouchard made the original stop, and then the scrum was on. See Gainey trying to take a whack at it. Nobody knows where it's at. Green holds it in at the last minute with Sauvé, and they're all over the place.
What effort. And still you come up empty. Ludwig's shot was wide. Green kept it in. Now Moeller for Quebec. A pass ahead, could be a break. Coming in. Prima Penny outguessed him. Reached out with the big stick and made the big save. Canadians Lafleur. He gets a little bit of room, has to stop goal. Beats it over on this side with 2:35 to play. In the second period, McPhee coming in. McPhee on the boards. McPhee back to the net with it. Bouchard dancing out. This could be another break for Quebec. The Canadians changing. Savard shot right on. And he jams the pass in that one. Then he's given up on by Hunter. You're going to see something now, folks. Hunter just finished the penalty. That came from running into the goaltender, and on that occasion there is Hunter again. The pesky Hunter now has 4 or 5 big habs all over him.
Well, Steve Penny, the smart one in the group, he just vacated the zone. He got out of there after making the save. And this time it's Green and Hunter that are all tied up. Chelios is in there again. We're going to get more penalties. There's Hunter now having words with Penny.
The penalties here at 17:39.
There's the save on the Cote shot, and watch what happens here. It's Green and Hunter, and actually it's Green that runs into Steve Penny, and Steve Penny gave a pretty good left hand to Hunter. So Dale Hunter really the innocent bystander on that one until it started to get going, and then he got in there. But it was Rick Green that really got bumped into Steve Penny. Temperance player again, and it's Hunter and Green, 2 minutes each for roughing.
Well, Hunter is an aggressive hockey player, and he was doing the right thing, going in looking for the rebound.
Oh yeah, sure.
And as you said, Mickey, Big Green bumped lightly with the goaltender, and there was Hunter in the middle of things, and you saw what happened. 2:10 left in the period, and Konstanty stealing the puck, got away from Ludwig's check, but lost the puck as he did. Now he's taking right and left hands from Ludwig, and Konstanty trying to fight back.
But Anton Stastny is a pretty strong boy himself, Bob. And Craig Ludwig is a big, tough guy. And Anton Stastny holding his own with number 17. I was watching the play in the corner with Carbonneau when that broke out behind Steve Penny. Ludwig cut.
I think so.
It looks like he's cut over the eye, and I wouldn't be surprised if possibly a stick came up. See if we can catch it here. Ludwig gives Anton Stastny a shot. Not much of a body check. There you see them wrestling. Let's see if he gets clipped somewhere. There's a little stick. No, he didn't there.
I think it had started before any cut developed. I think it came after. Maybe a helmet. I don't know.
Well, he may have caught him with a punch. Anton Stastny, not known as a fighter, but he certainly handled himself well there with Craig Ludwig, who's a tough guy. Michel Bergeron waiting for the penalty calls. I'm sure they'll get 5 minutes apiece for fighting. Let's see if we can hear the announcement.
The penalties to Quebec number 20, Anton Stastny, to Canadians number 17, Craig Ludwig. 5 minutes each for fighting at 17 minutes, 59 seconds.
17:59, major penalties to the two teams. And Green and Hunter have 1:40 left in their penalties. But this is going to be tough on Canadians because for the rest of this period, they only have the 5 defensemen, and now one of them is in the box.
Larry Robinson has played a lot of hockey tonight. He looks a little bit tired, Bob.
Price, shot. That's wide. On the other side, Moeller shot. That's stopped. Rebound. Peter Stastny takes his time, looking around, gets it out to Price. He had a shot blocked by Carbonneau. Carbonneau feeds it ahead. Gain, he couldn't knock it down. 1:20 left of the penalties. These are the minor penalties to Hunter and Green. That is Peter Stastny on this side to Price. Price took a swing at it and missed it. Now up the line, it's out over. Yes, it is.
Good call.
Yep.
Very sharp call by John D'Amico. It wasn't out by much. Veteran John D'Amico.
Veteran is right. 186 career playoff games for him tonight. Matt Pavlich is number 1 with 220, and Neil Armstrong, number 2 with 198. They're both retired from the linesman duties, so you can look to D'Amico to catch up.
You talk about some strong players on the ice. This guy's probably one of the strongest men on the ice on any given night.
1 minute and 20 seconds left in the second period. Pass ahead to center ice. LaPointe to Cote. He didn't see that pass come in. Too late. It was right by him. Naslund back in with Mondu. That's broken up at the Quebec line. And Hamel goes back. And now we have a minute left in the period. So Robinson comes to center. Robinson picking his way in. He made a good rush a minute or so ago and nearly had one for Canadians. But the only scoring plays that Peter Stastny in the first, a power play goal at 5:12 of that opening period. Robinson now again. Robinson coming in. Robinson still ranks the puck. Going back to the net. Big Robinson, a good rush again. Robinson still has it. Back to Chelios. Couldn't shoot it. Chelios to Robinson. Rebound is there. Carbonell in front. A penalty coming up. Robinson shooting, and Bouchard stops it. But here comes the penalty to Dore, I think, of the Quebec Nordiques.
Well, again, Montreal putting on some great pressure as Penny got out of the net on the delayed call. Big Robinson again, he's tired. He's going towards that Montreal bench with only 16 seconds to go. Andre Dore is the culprit on the play. I didn't see the call, Bob. Watching the puck back at the blue line, it happened in front of the net. And there it is, right there. He really decked Chelios, didn't he? Little Naslund, 26 out in the slot there, just missed that pass. He'd have been all alone in front of Bouchard. So that's the fourth straight penalty to the Quebec Nordiques. And Montreal has been yet to crack the armor of Daniel Bouchard. So there's a break to be had here with in Quebec. It's the fact that there's only 16 seconds left, and it's really not a whole lot of time for Montreal to set up, although the faceoff is deep in Quebec zone.
Well, Robinson, we have been talking about people getting tired, or the fact that they should be getting tired, but he has made two tough rushes in this second period. And this moments ago, his second, all the way from end to end. Chelios now. And again.
Going to be interference call because Montreal had possession of the puck. And I think that's what's going to be. An interference call to Bobby Smith, I believe.
That is not a great penalty for the Canadians to be taking with 12 seconds left in this period.
Well, that certainly takes away any steam they might have had. 4 seconds elapsed. The time play started right off the faceoff. It was Smith taking the draw. Let's see what he does here. Yes, sir. He did impede Savard's path back to the point. So we're back to four skaters aside now with only 12 seconds to play.
Number 15, Bobby Smith. 2 minutes for interference at 19 minutes and 48 seconds.
All right, just 7 seconds left in the period now. A chance for Green. And he missed with that low shot. Chelios from this angle. He had a shot blocked at the siren. And a fight started to the left of Bouchard.
Look at this. They got both clubs coming on the ice. Look out.
This is bad.
Look out.
At the siren, everybody is on the ice.
Look out. Nyland is after somebody in back of the pack, and away they go. Spare goaltenders. Everybody's on there now, and the melee starts. Sevigny right in the middle of it with Malarchuk, and there's a pileup down there that is dangerous because somebody could get hurt.
Now you notice the referee Bruce Hood, he will not get
look at this. Sevigny and Malarchuk, Bob, are going at it. The two spare goalies down in the corner.
Bruce Hood is standing back there, you notice, and he is assessing the situation because he's going to have to hand out a heck of a pile of penalties when this is all settled away. I'll tell you.
No, interestingly enough, Dale Hunter and Anton Stastny, look at this. This is Peter Stastny and Marion Tremblay now. Fights are breaking out everywhere. Dale Hunter, Anton Stastny are on the Quebec bench. And if they leave that bench, they could be suspended. So they're being held there by the trainer. And now I don't know who's all fighting with who, but there's about 4 of them down in the front. Tremblay and Peter Stastny, Nyland and Moeller, and boy, are they going at it. Hodges trying to get them apart.
There are 14 different fights, or nearly fights, going on at this one time. There's 14 periods.
Boy, Randy Moeller, Bob, it looks like from up here is cut wide open. Underneath the top of that helmet, it looks like some blood on him. He's tied up with Nyland. And Hodges is just going to say, all right, you guys, you want to go? Go. There's no way you can stop him. Well, Malarchuk and Sevigny are still going at each other down along the board. That's Moeller and Nyland you're looking at. Look out, because Moeller, I can't tell, but he looks like he's been cut in the forehead. And he really wants Nyland badly, I'll tell you what.
We got another entrant, Green, or Ludwig rather, has just left the far side to come on the ice.
This is really getting ugly, I'll tell you right now.
Michel Bergeron is upset down there over something.
Look at this again. There they go again.
Still going at it over there.
Somebody's hurt down there now. That was Slager who... John Hamel
is on the ice.
Look out. Look out now.
The great hockey series has been spoiled with this eruption at the siren of the second period.
John Hamel, Bob, is down face first. And I think it was Slager who popped him, and they've got him already to the Quebec bench and into the dressing room and out of there. There goes Slager down the hallway towards the Quebec room. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I think, and I hope at the same time, that Bruce Hood has finally got some sense talking to these people.
I don't think he has yet. They're still trying to get at each other. I can't tell if Moeller's cut Bob down there. Number 21 has got red on by that helmet. And I don't know if he's been cut or what. Yes, he has. Boy, his face is full of blood down there. And there is Montreal trainer Gaetan Lefebvre looking at John Hamel. He is down and looks like he's out of it.
Moeller is cut over the eyes at the bench, and he is receiving some attention from the trainers for the Quebec Nordiques. And they now appear to be in a let's talk it over mood and get back to the rooms and resume a hockey series that up to this point has been so emotional, yes, but it has been great for the hockey fan. I'm sure the hockey fan does not relish what they see here now on the Forum ice.
Well, you see a lot of Mealing can get seriously injured, and let's hope John Hamel is not injured, but boy, Slager really caught him with the left hand. John Hamel now slowly getting to his feet with the help of Dr. Kinnear, Gaetan Lefebvre. He's really been out, Bob. You can tell by looking at him now, he may not even know where he's at. Here once again, look at the left hand by Slager. You see, and Hamel takes it on the right side of the face and just has no idea that it's coming because they had been wrestling along that far boards, and as you pointed out, there were several pairings all over the place, and hard to watch them all at once. And John Hamel now getting to his feet and getting a fine hand from the fans here.
So it was that blow, apparently, that knocked Hamel out.
No question about it. As I say, I think he figured the fight was over and he had loosened up and relaxed, and then Slager popped him that last punch as they were breaking up and really KO'd him.
If there is a bouquet that you can pass, you have to look down at the men in the striped shirts now, because that was a frightening scene at the siren when the two teams poured onto the ice. Bruce Hood, John D'Amico, and Bob Hodges. They've settled it for now. And again, the fans from Montreal are standing and applauding the Canadiens as they come out. The Nordiques were on first, and you're now looking at some of the penalties which have been posted. Joe Lamatia, the penalty timekeeper, has all his paperwork done over there. The referee is over at the penalty bench now with two players, one from either team, and he is now passing on the information to the two captains, Marois of Quebec and Gainey of the Canadiens. We still do not know. There you see the discussion from the referee and the two captains. He is explaining now what exactly and how many penalties have been assessed to these two teams. Just as soon as we get it all, we'll tell you. What we can tell you right now, for Quebec, Dale Hunter has been given two minor penalties, Here's some of the announcements coming now. Dore, also a minor. Hamel, a minor for Canadians. Carbonneau, a minor. And Bobby Smith, of course. And Dore have minutes, a minute and 44 seconds left in their penalties, roughly. We'll get the announcements now. Listen to this.
Au numéro 26, Peter Stachny, 5 minutes pour s'être battu et inconduite de partie.
Game misconduct. Peter Stastny was that announcement. Plus a 5-minute major for fighting.
There will be more game misconducts before this is up. Now Moeller is down there.
What's going on
at his
now?
own blue line,
He's
and
gone.
he is being thrown out of the game.
He went after Bruce Hood before the play even started. Boy, everything's going nuts around here tonight. Bruce Hood is really upset, Bob.
Bruce Hood saw Moeller go after somebody as they were skating around. And he has now been thrown out of the game. And Bob Hodges, the linesman down there at the Quebec bench, is having one heck of a time to get him ushered off the ice.
Le numéro 33, Richard Sévigny, 5 minutes pour s'être battu. Au numéro 21.
Look out, they're going to go again, my goodness.
This is
Look
bad
outta
blood.
here. It's Hunter.
2 minutes pour
I'll
Rudess.
tell you what, they're after Louis Slager, Bob.
Oh, here she goes
Oh,
again.
Wally, Weir, McPhee, and they're going to team up, and they're after everybody. They're after Slager. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And here goes Dale Hunter, and Sevigny are at it over there on the far side. Don't tell me we're going to go through this again. We haven't even started the play in the third period. Still 20 minutes on the clock. And it started out, Bob, as we expected.
Jacques Lemaire, sorry, Mickey, Jacques Lemaire just made a heck of a move over there. He grabbed Carbonneau by the sweater and pulled him toward the bench. Jacques Lemaire standing over there on the Canadiens bench, trying to get some sense into this situation here, the 6th game of the series.
They went after Louis Slager. They're still announcing penalties. Now here it goes again. See, it's Mark Hunter trying to get at. Bruce Hood is just having a tough time, boy, I'll tell you.
Mark Hunter swings his stick at Slager.
He's trying to get at Slager.
Sevigny is punching Dale Hunter.
They're going at it.
The referee, Bruce Hood, is trying to get them all apart, and I think he is going to send the teams back to the dressing room
I'll tell you what.
here without getting the third period started at all.
Mark Hunter, I'll tell you what, they better keep an eye on Mark Hunter. Bruce Hood is taking the charge between these two, and Mark Hunter is trying to get at Louis Slager, obviously, for the punch he laid on John Hamel, who has not returned to the ice.
Le temps des punitions, 20 minutes.
And through all this, the PA announcer continues his duties.
Well, he just got finished, Bob, announcing all the penalties at the end of the second period. Now look at, here comes Hunter again. He's coming after Louis Slager. Look out. Now Dale Hunter and Mark, look at, Mark grabs Dale, look out. Cheap. Here they go.
This is a brawl to end all brawls.
Dale and Mark Hunter, Bob, were almost at it, two brothers. Now they're right over by that. Look at Michel Bergeron trying to keep Hunter and Slager apart.
Now, I want to point out that Michel Goulet has got a headlock on Slager, and they now got him off the ice and into the dressing room.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this is incredible.
Mark Hunter comes diving in on top of two players who are on the ice.
You know, they got Larry Robinson's been involved now. Actually, this, I don't know if it's going to be any good for anybody, but it certainly cannot help the cause of the Montreal Canadiens. They're down to at least maybe 3, maybe 4 if they're lucky. We don't know yet if Ludwig has been thrown out of the game or what he got in the fight at the end of the period, but
Mario Tremblay is being...
Mark and Dale.
Mario Tremblay is being escorted by the referee, Bruce Hood, to the far side. I think he's gone.
It was Mark and Dale Hunter that were at it down there. Mark jumped on top. They finally got Bob. They got Tremblay. You're right over to the bench. Nyland he's come out of the dressing room, if you can believe that, standing over by the Montreal bench.
Number 30, Clint Malachuk, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 32, Dale Hunter, a double minor for roughing. Number 21, Randy Muller, 5 minutes fighting, 10 misconduct. Number 26, Peter Stashny, 5 minutes fighting and a game misconduct. Number 12, Louis Slager, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. To the Canadians, number 33, Richard Sivigny, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 21, Guy Carbonneau, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 30, Chris Nyland, 5 for fighting, another 5 for fighting, 10 misconduct, and a game misconduct. Number 14, Mario Tremblay, 5 for fighting, and a game misconduct. Number 28, Jean Hamel, 2 minutes for roughing. The time of the penalties, 20 minutes.
All right, these were the original penalties. Let's take a look at Bruce Hood now to make sure that nothing else erupts here while we try to pass the majors along to you. Nyland got a fighting for major, plus a second fighting major, a misconduct, and a game misconduct. Tremblay, a fighting major and a game misconduct. Peter Stastny, a major and a game misconduct. Slager, a major and a game misconduct. These are the game misconduct penalties, and there will be more. They're about ready to resume hockey in this 6th game of the best of 7. You've spelled it all out. The Canadians want to finish it tonight, the game that is. Quebec want a 7th game. Now, Quebec will play short, one man, for 4 minutes on the double roughing minor to Dale Hunter. Montreal will play 2 men short for 2 minutes. Hamel and Carbonneau had minors. The game misconducts for Quebec, Peter Stastny, Slager, Dale Hunter, and the Malarchuk. Weir also. For Montreal, the game misconducts, Nyland, Tremblay, Mark Hunter, and McPhee. Sevigny also got a game misconduct. So, Mickey, they're without backup goaltenders.
Well, I don't know if I've ever seen this much space on the benches. Each team, I believe, with 13 players now in uniform left.
Robinson with Mondu and Chelios for Canadians. Marois, Lapointe, and Savard. So it's wide open. 3 skaters apiece, and you know anything can happen in a situation like this. Robinson starting out. 1-0 Quebec. Robinson taking full charge. Robinson took a weak shot. It's deflected by Marois. Down goes the Canadian player Mondu. A 2-on-1 for the Quebec Nordiques. Chelios, however, catching up and offside on the play was Lapointe.
Before this all broke out, Bob, there were two guys serving penalties. Dory and Bobby Smith and the Canadians, just 4 seconds apart. Try to look at that clock and figure out who's going to be an advantage here in 1 minute and 7 seconds. Dory's penalty is up, and that'll be 4-on-3 for Quebec. Smith will not be able to come on the ice until there's a stoppage of play because there are 2 other Canadians in, Hamel and Carbonneau. Smith is only 4 seconds behind Dory, the expiration of his penalty.
Few changes now. Naslund, a speedster, and Green on there with Robinson. Price back there. Wesley. And this is McKechnie. McKechnie coming on. McKechnie hands it off. Wesley! Shot right at Penny. 1-0 is the score. Quebec, the only goal. Way back in the first. Naslund doing a few tricks. Naslund coming in. Naslund in the corner, bumped by Wesley. McKechnie can really go if he gets some room. McKechnie coming to center. Here's Robinson back there. The shot fired at Penny. The rebound. McKechnie couldn't get there in time. Robinson went off stride. Naslund again. There's still 3 skaters aside in a 1-0 game. Naslund coming in. Had it hooked away by Sauvé. Naslund looking a bit tired. Rushing to the bench. Chabot is on there in his place. Sauvé coming in. Sauvé. It's shinny hockey now. Everybody trying to do it himself. Sauvé missed the net by an inch. Now in back of the net, Green. Dory's penalty is over, so he's on. And Quebec has a 1-man advantage. Bobby Smith gets ready to come out. Stop! Goalie! Scores! Goalie has given Quebec a 2-0 lead. It was almost a replay of the game in Quebec City where he was eyeball to eyeball with Penny. This time he beat him.
Well, this is a dead giveaway by Larry Robinson. There's Goulet coming in and hit the handle of a stick. That's just the brakes. And he tucked it underneath Steve Penny. 2-0. Boy, that could be a very, very large goal. The first of the series by Michel Goulet. And once again, from a high angle look, the only 2 guys in the play, Robinson and Goulet. And that stoppage in play brings Bobby Smith back onto the ice. So we're 4 skaters aside now.
Quebec's goal score unassisted by number 16, Michel Goulet, at 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Michel Goulet at 2:02. So 2-0, Mickey. And the referee now over talking to the minor officials at the penalty bench. There is going to be some more confusion before this is finished. We have Don Cherry in the booth with us now. Don, it's been a while since we've seen something like this in Stanley Cup action.
Yes, I think the last time when the Bruins were in there used to be a few fisticuffs, but nothing you can do about it. That's the way it goes. And I don't think anybody went for coffee while it was on.
Okay, now they're 4 aside at the moment. Quebec is leading by a goal, and they're on the move again. Long shot. Whistled by Penny's right ear. Came on. Green bump. Carbonneau. Smooth skating centerman for the Canadiens. Got it ahead. Chelios on the move. Chelios going in. Chelios centered it. Went back to Carbonneau. Carbonneau now trying to throw it in front. Couldn't. Marwall lead pass. Knocked back to Paiement. Smart move by Savard. Paiement faked the shot. Cuts for the net. Wolf Paiement around the net. Taking a look back. Paiement rolled it in front. Savard is tied up by Chelios. Green nearing the 3-minute mark of the third. 2-0 is the score. Quebec getting a goal here in the third period. Price brings it out. Pass to Savard. From center, he fired it in. Into the corner, Cote Robinson break him a bit. Robinson couldn't come up with it though. Cote bumped again. This time by Steve Shutt. And Penny will hang on to it.
There is a look at Gosling. The young goaltender came to the Nordiques late in the season.
Who's got a knee injury, by the way.
Yes, he does.
I thought he was finished for the season, but they got to pull out all the stops.
Well, of course, Sevigny for Montreal and Malarchuk for Quebec were given game misconduct. The spare goaltenders, they fought 2 or 3 times in this melee.
What does this, Don, do to the momentum of the game? We had such fast hockey in that period, second period.
Right after this face-off, I'll tell you what should have been done.
We'll wait for your answer as the Canadiens lose it. Doré, in front it comes. McKechnie skating miles there, but Robinson took him to the ice. Canadiens start out. Robinson with Bobby Smith getting the pass. Bobby Smith up over the line. Smith gets set, dropped it back, Ludwig. Stopped by Bouchard. Out come the Nordiques. Robinson. He has played 2 games tonight. He's still on there. Doré fired it in. Ludwig back. Right wing pass, Bobby Smith. Smith on the boards over there. He was given a ride. 2-0 Quebec. Goalie fell. Marois lost it. Players sprawling after that puck. It's a hot potato and they want it. Robinson has it. Played it ahead. Dropped back again and Marois. Nordiques organizing. They played 4 minutes, 10 seconds of the third period. 2-0 is the score. Quebec leading. Off into the corner, Robinson. Walter tried to knock it back. Smith coming in. Smith on the boards. Hangs on to it. Bouchard stepping out. Nearly gave it to Guy Lafleur, who's on there quickly. Now the Nordiques on the move again, and Anton Stastny with Sauvé. Anton Stastny tried to go in. Back to Sauvé. Anton Stastny. And he missed that high shot. Not by much, though. Guy Lafleur putting on the Rockets. Nice pass down the wing. Carbonneau upended. Crowd going wild now. Robinson gloving it in, and that'll be called a glove pass.
Well, the fans here hollering for a penalty. There's where Robinson gloved the puck ahead. Bobby Smith touching it, but Carbonneau a moment ago with a good move on Rick Lapointe. Lapointe hauled him down, and of course they're going to yell at anything here in this building, and now we're finally back to 5 aside, 5 skaters aside. 15 minutes to play.
Still 2-0. Quebec. Goulet got the second goal. Here in the third as Doré goes in now with McKechnie in front. He tried to play it over to McKechnie, and Chelios made a brilliant defensive move. Falling in front of the pass. Naslund scooped it out. Pass ahead, Mondu. Mondu in on the right wing. He was stopped, but Walter carries on. Walter off into the corner, and 2 Nordiques all over him. They trapped the puck there, and there's no further play.
Look at Ryan Walter. He likes to use those corners down there. The Canadians now and Quebec both with very few players on the bench when they've got everybody on the ice.
Now for you people who have been watching that Western game, this is Bob Cole, Mickey Redmond, and Don Cherry at the Forum in Montreal. And it's 2-0 for the Quebec Nordiques. A wild eruption of fighting at the end of the second period. When the teams came back on to start the third period, they were skating around and it broke out again. There have been numerous misconducts. We'll relay some along to you when we get an opportunity. But the score in this 6th game, Quebec trying to tie the series at 3 apiece. It's 2-0. A goal in the first period by Peter Stastny and Goulet here in the third. Now Gainey coming in. Gainey on the boards, fired it into the corner. Carbonneau. On the other side, Wesley, and it goes over the glass into the crowd. Quebec, game misconducts in this game. Peter Stastny, Slager, Dale Hunter, Weir, and a backup goaltender, Malarchuk. Montreal, Nyland, Tremblay, Mark Hunter, McPhee, and the backup goaltender, Sevigny. Quebec, 137 minutes in penalties. Montreal, 118 minutes in penalties. And Don Cherry, it has been a few minutes here at the Forum.
Well, what's happened, I've been involved in a few of these, as you know. A note should have been sent to the dressing room saying these players do not return to the ice as they've had game misconducts, yet I had no problem because you know they were after Slager, after what he did to Hamel.
He hit Hamel and knocked him out. In that first big fight, which erupted at the siren to end the second period. And then somebody looked for Slager in the skate. Here's a break for shot, in, score! And the fans here at the Forum thunder their delight as Steve Shutt gets a goal for Montreal, and it's now 2-1 Quebec.
What a shot by Steve Shutt. He let a bullet go. Here's a look at it from right behind him. What's that top corner? That is the 60-goal scorer that we've seen in the past. Steve Shutt, who has not played all year for Montreal, picks up that loose puck, and does he drill it down to that top corner with Bouchard down?
Yeah, Dory got caught up at the red line. He should never have done that. But that looked like the Steve Shutt of the old.
Break it in there, put it in the top corner.
Oh, did he ever let a bullet go? Steve Shutt with an off year for Montreal, only 14 goals all year long. But back in 1976-77, Steve Shutt had a 60-goal year, and certainly that was the kind of shooting that he showed that season, and a big goal here for Canadians.
Canadians goal scored by number 22, Steve Shutt.
6:23, the time of that goal by Shutt.
Hayes, assisted by number 15.
Marois took a shot, tipped near the net. The rebound is there. Into the corner is Goalie. Back near the line, a penalty coming up against Goalie of the Quebec Nordiques. And the Canadians fans are going wild. They'll go on the power play in an effort to tie this game.
Michel Goulet, who put the Nordiques ahead 2-0 earlier in this period, gets a call for hauling down Bob Gainey. Not a smart play by Goulet at this point, Don. He did take the feet from under him.
Boy, you got to
Quebec's
be careful. You're
penalty,
up 2-0 in
number
this
16,
building.
Michel Goulet. 2 minutes for tripping at 6 minutes, 46 seconds.
6:46, the time of the penalty. The Canadians, Robinson. Where does he get the stamina? Going in. Robinson from the corner to Bobby Smith. Knocked into the other side. Cote. Naslund bump. Robinson going after Marois, and he belted him hard behind the net. Chelios. Shutt tipped it to Robinson. Here he goes again. Robinson is knocked down. Penny steering one aside. Fans didn't like seeing Robinson go to the ice on that play. Here comes Bobby Smith. Smith stopping. Smith got it back. Green gets set. Naslund missed it. Naslund again with Carbonneau and Smith. Chelios up the line. Chelios shooting. And that was wide. Slapped away by the short-handed Nordiques.
Something hasn't happened here in 2 years. The fans are calling the penalties again. This hasn't happened in 3 years here.
It's 2-1 in this hectic hockey game at the Forum. Quebec leading, Mondu moving. Mondu shot. Weak one, stopped by Bouchard. Guy Lafleur. Guy Lafleur can't get in front. Lafleur again. Looks around. Lafleur passed it off. Hit a skate. Bouchard got rid of it. But Chelios trapped it, lost it. Chelios got it back. Lafleur on the boards. Good shot, but the glove saved by Bouchard.
Say, just need something to get them going, Bob.
They're going. Is this playoff hockey or what?
You got it. Chelios with a shot from the point here, redirected by Pierre Mondu. And Bouchard was there with the legs apart and hit him in the midsection and kept it out. 8 seconds left in the penalty to Michel Goulet. And in goes Bouchard with a little left hook to number 6 Mondu. There's a look at an isolated Bouchard. That thing hit that left skate and trickled right between his legs. This place is absolutely on fire.
She's ablaze.
Now they're playing hockey. They had to get that out of their system. It was an ugly incident. The second one. Now they're ready to play hockey.
8 seconds left in the Goulet penalty. Canadians looking for the power play goal. 4 seconds left on the power play. It's done now. Goulet is on the ice. It's 2-1. Quebec nearing the 9-minute mark of the third period. Smith with Shutt, who got the Canadian goal. And Steve Shutt in with Naslund. Stopped up the line by Marois. Gave it away. Naslund coming in. Smith behind him. Marois after Naslund. Hit the little fellow in on the boards, but he's still going. Scores!
Listen to this place.
Unbelievable.
You said it. The little guy did it, Bob. You described him as a little guy. He made the play, Don. Well, a lot of guys take that puck around back of the net and center it when they get around. Naslund dumped it out as he went around, an old Henry Richard play, and there was 22 again.
And Bouchard moved off the post. Now you know why Hunter went after Slager. Now you know why Mark Hunter went after Slager. Show that courage and get back. They're not going to do that to Canadians. Look at that.
See Bouchard turn his head?
Yeah.
He turned his head just enough, thinking that Naslund was going to take it around back of the net. He dumped it out before he went back, and Steve Shutt, with only 2 goals in the playoffs coming into tonight's game, gets his second of the night to tie this hockey game.
Shutt from Naslund and 9-11. Now, let me tell you, folks, you see the crowd standing and roaring. When they announced this goal here at the Forum, they put a new roof on this place and renovated the place in 1968. I hope that they put heavy steel up there because it's going to lift.
Steve Shutt had ripped his sweater off this year. You think he's a happy guy right now?
Sauvé par le numéro 22. Canadiens goal scored by number 22, Steve Shutt. Avec l'aide du numéro 26, assisted by number 26, Mats Neslund. À 9 minutes 11 secondes, at 9 minutes 11 seconds.
9-11, and we're tied at the Forum at 2. Sauvé, Goalie, and his shot deflected into the crowd. Steve Shutt scoring 2 goals here in the 3rd period after Goalie had given the Nordiques a 2-0 lead. Shutt has tied the game. One at 6:23 and the other at 9:11. Just a minute ago, the Nordiques and the Canadiens in this game 6 tied at 2. Here's Shutt again. Shutt breaking for the net, driving hard. Can't get in. Bob Smith centered it. Cleared away by LaPointe. 9:45 to play. In the 3rd period, this is McKechnie with Savard. Ludwig fell to the ice. Back of the net, Will Payma. Here is McKechnie getting it loose. McKechnie turning into the corner. Payma again. Lost it. Mondu lost it to Payma, kept it in. Sauvé, he's covered and cannot shoot it. The Canadians are coming out again. Mondu, in was Smith, dropping it up the line. Offside. It is called. Smith's skates were outside the line when he played it. 9 minutes and 18 seconds left in the 3rd period. The score is tied at 2. Here's one of the Canadians' backup goaltenders, 7. He got a game misconduct. Walmsley is on the bench now as the backup. Gosselin, who is supposed to be out for the season on a knee injury, is the backup for the Quebec Nordiques because Malarchuk got a game misconduct in the melee that broke out at the end of the 2nd period. And then round 2 as they were coming out to start the 3rd period. Chelios trying to knock it loose back there in his own zone. The Nordiques. In for it is Anton Stastny. He and Cote get the puck out. Cote look back to the line. Anton Stastny tried to center it to Sauvé. Chelios will hit him. Chelios scooped it ahead. Dore is back. Gainey is in. Carbonneau coming. Gainey inside the line to Robinson. And his shot. He had to hurry. It was wide. LaFleur left it. A high rising shot grabbed by Bouchard. He got rid of it. 8:25 to play in the 3rd period. Scored tied at 2. Quebec were leading. 2-0 at one point. Canadians. Bobby Smith going after Price. The 2 teams dog-tired, but still fighting every inch of the way. Here in Game 6 at the Forum. Dore, a pass ahead. The Nordiques unable to get that pass was Cote. Dore again, coming out. Got a pass ahead through the middle. That is stopped. Bobby Smith took it away from Sauvé. The Nordiques changing. Bobby Smith made a good move. Coming in is Smith. A pass back to Green. Look out! Score!
Look out. goal. Bobby Smith made a great play here. Got everybody sucked back into the zone. Rick Green he let a cannon go. I'll tell you what, Bouchard just shook his head after. Look at his shot from behind the net. A clear, open shot, and he beat him clean on the high side. But what a play by Smith. He had everybody sucked back into the Quebec zone. Watch him go back in, and he drops it back to the trailer.
Now watch the defense in front. His own defenseman waves the stick up there, and he distracts. See how he gets the stick up there? You should never do that, you young guys. Never do that.
Carbonneau upended. Carbonneau back on his feet. It's 3-2 Canadiens.
Canadiens goal was scored by number 5, Rick Green. Avec l'aide numéro 15.
Marion Stastny now. Another shot on goal, and that's knocked away in behind the net. And the play is called.
14 secondes at 12 minutes, 14 seconds.
Three to 2 Montreal. Face off to the right of the Canadian net. Smith thrown out. A quick backhander is wide of the goal. Dore tried to keep it in and did. Walter and Daney coming in. Daney gets a chance. Missed the net by a couple of feet. Chelios. Dore played it ahead. Savard now. Couldn't get by Lafleur. 6:50 to play. Lafleur is stealing it. Lafleur finding some room. Lafleur coming in. Left it there inside the line. Canadiens now starting to look a bit stronger with that lead goal. Here's Lafleur with Shabbat. Scores!
Done. 4-2 now, and this place has got to be worth, who knows, 2-3 goals to Canadians. I haven't heard them make this kind of noise in this building for many, many years. The Fleur fans on the puck, goes right to Shabbat, and he's on that backhand, and he gets it underneath Bouchard. 4 unanswered goals by the Canadians. Michel Bergeron down has got to be absolutely pulling his hair out right now. Just not even 10 minutes ago, he had a 2-0 lead.
Well, I know I mentioned about Mark Hunter, and a lot of people will say out there, what's going on? What happened to Mark Hunter? Why would he do that? They were in the dressing room. They saw Hamel laying there. Said, we're going to do something about it. We're going out on our tail.
Compté par le numéro 29. Canadiens goal scored by number 29, John Shabbat.
You notice down there now, Don Cherry, the Quebec players with their heads hung.
So they should. That's something. I've been through this a few times.
First playoff goal for John Shabbat.
13:27, the time of that goal. 6:15 to play in the third period, and the Canadiens now, having been down 2-0, are up 2 goals, 4-2. The national news will follow this hockey telecast. And this has been a hot one here in the Forum in Montreal tonight. Green in back of the net, dumped it into the corner. Goulet stole it, got it back to Wesley. Price, he took a shot, rebound is there. Another shot hit the side of the net. Goulet, Penny is going to be tough now. A shot blocked by Carbonneau. And Walter will lug it out. Carbonneau going in with Daney. A shot scored!
Quebec trying to force things now. That's going to do it. 5:32 to go, and Carbonneau sneaks it in underneath Bouchard. The Nordiques coach with everybody up trying to get back in a hockey game, which they've got to do, and that makes them vulnerable back at the other end. And at the 2-on-1, he used Goalie as the decoy and pulled it off.
Well, that's what happened. He wanted to pass it to Goalie, but the defenseman played it perfect. He no way he could pass it. Bouchard shot could have come out at him, but hey, it's easy for us to say here. Perfect shot. Carbonneau didn't even know he put it in. He looked, is it in?
You're right, though. He did want to pass it to Goalie. That's Carbonneau's third playoff goal, and what a series he's had.
Numéro 21. Canadiens goal scored by number 21, Guy Carbonneau.
Penny covers up on that shot. The scoring play, Carbonneau from Ludwig at 14:28, 5-2 Montreal.
Penny makes a
Ryan Walter.
Penny makes a routine save, and he gets a standing ovation.
Well, Don, as you pointed out, you know, you've been in this building when things like this have happened. This is incredible. What a comeback. 5 straight goals by Canadians. It looked like they were down and out 2-0. It was all Quebec. They were beating each other all over the ice, and all of a sudden, it's 5-2 Montreal. And this crowd is, I mean, what can you say?
Well, there you are. Like I said, it was going to throw one team off. It's either going to be Canadians thrown off, or it was going to be Quebec. Quebec's rolling along nice, and all of a sudden they get thrown off their game. Fight hurt Quebec, because Canadians were doing nothing up until the time of the fight.
Right.
Walter drew the assist on the Carbonneau goal and not Ludwig. Direction on that scoring play, the 5th goal for Canadians. Nordiques now with 5 minutes left to play. They're starting to sing at the Forum. That may be premature. Canadians, though, are fighting back there to get the puck out of the zone. It's kicked loose. Anton Stastny on the corner boards. It comes back. A long shot high off the glass. Lapointe trying to slap it in. Lafleur will play it out. Yes, he does. Carbonneau again, who just had a goal. Coming in. Carbonneau in front it goes. Lafleur's tied up. Savard behind the net, starting out. Marion Stastny, rather. Marois lost it. And it's a high stick making contact. Wesley tipped it ahead. The Canadians running out the clock, and they have 4 minutes now to eat up in this hockey game. An amazing comeback by Montreal, trailing 2-0. When it looked as if it was all over, it just began. Shot with 2. Green, Chabot, and Carbonneau followed. Chabot is in there again. 3:40 to play in the 3rd period, and the Canadians now on the brink of moving ahead against the Islanders of New York. That should be a great series if this score stands up as it is right now. 3:25 to play in the 3rd period. Mondu is in. Across the line, hooked it in front, and Price takes over. Sauvé out to Cote. Sauvé again to Paiement. Shot, score!
Power shot, power shot.
Don't go away.
Well, Michel Bergeron feels the same way, Bob. Will Paiement, Don, you're exactly right. He had nowhere else to go with it. He just wound up and put everything he had behind it. Again, Montreal defense sucking back in, and it went right up underneath the arm of Steve Penny. That puck, if it had been a regular shot, doesn't go in the net, but with the force that Paiement had on it, it goes
got
through.
A heavy shot.
Yep.
Now watch that go. He had it.
Yep.
Nothing he can do. I tell you, if it hit him on the arm, drives him back into the net.
That's the old saying, if you can't put it around him, put it through him.
I saw another guy do that for Detroit a couple of times, about 52. Put it, drive it at him as hard as you can, because like you say, nowhere to go.
27, Quebec's goal, scored by number 27, Wilfrid Paiement, avec l'aide du numéro 15, assisted by number 15, Jean-François Sauvé, et du numéro 19, and number 19, Alain Côté. À 16 minutes,
The Nordiques are in there again.
16 minutes, 51
But Lafleur sends Gainey out. Gainey to center, slapped it in. Sauvé and Cote assisting on the goal by Paiement at 16:51. Anton Stastny through the middle to McKechnie coming up. McKechnie going in. It's a 5-3 hockey game, and the Canadians Lafleur. very prominent in his third period. Lafleur to Carbonneau to Lafleur. Up the line, and Gainey has to come back. Canadians are up 2 goals. They do not want to make a mistake and get caught up the ice. 2:15 to play. Canadians at 2-on-1. Gainey in with Chabot. He circles. Feeds it in behind the net and races over to the Canadian bench in an effort to get a fresh man on. 2 minutes left to play. A 2-goal spread for Montreal. Sauvé going in. Oh, a close call by Goalie. Robinson now. That has the crowd buzzing. That chance. Off Naslund. 1:45 to play. Canadians trying to hang on for dear life now. They're up 2 goals. Can win the series if they manage to hang on. Primoff making the shot. Now let it go and hit Ludwig. 1:30 to play. Another shot. Knocked down, and the Canadians will clear it. Chabot is away. Chabot coming in. Chabot's shot stopped by Bouchard. 1:20 to play. Pass ahead. This is Sauvé again coming in. Sauvé with Paiement. Paiement sees Cote. Tried to hit him, and Smith grabbed it. 1:10 to play. Fondue knocked to the center ice. 1:05 to play. Listen to the crowd when they announce 1 minute remaining in the third period. Last minute, last hope for Quebec. Shot upended. The referee turning the other way. Sauvé coming in. And a shot through the crease. 40 seconds to play. Bruce Hood has had a busy night tonight. These 2 teams have put on every kind of a show this evening. The Canadians will win it. 25 seconds to play. Carbonneau in there. Robinson in there. And the music starts at the Forum. And the singing begins with 15 seconds now. And the Canadians will eliminate the Quebec Nordiques and win the Battle of Quebec.
Well, there's the strangest one of all. Michel Bergeron yelling and hollering at Bouchard. He's not even watching him. He wasn't even watching him, and he's going crazy. Michel hollering over there. Boy, oh boy, that would drive me nuts trying to get a guy out of there like that. You know what? Let me tell you why Shutt was out there on that last shift. Jacques Lebert knows he's the player who was trying to get them the hat trick.
Bouchard still in the net. Looking at Kenny and the Canadians with only 12 seconds to go. And I guess Michel Bergeron feeling that it's all over, being down by 2 goals, is not going to bother getting Bouchard out at this point.
Goulet made it 2-0 Quebec, then 2 by Shutt, tied it. Green made it 3-2. That looks like the winner. Chabot, Carbonneau, and then Paiement make Chabot's goal the winner. 5 seconds left. The countdown is on. The Montreal Canadiens have defeated the Quebec Nordiques here at the Forum. And you people who have been watching the Western game, we welcome you now to the Forum in Montreal. It's over. The Canadians are jubilant. The Quebec Nordiques a saddened group. And the crowd going crazy at the Forum in Montreal.